Good evening, afternoon, everybody. This is the second time I have to do this because I ran to 16 minutes and 9 seconds. That was 10 seconds too much. If it was 15 minutes and 59 seconds, YouTube would have uploaded it. But 16, they won't do it. Okay, basically, what was this video really about? It was about a lot of things. I'll try to do it. First, when I was going through my email, about every 300 or so, I get one negative one. One guy says, who's going to vote for you? You're this, you're that, you're that. You got yellow teeth. You talk too slow. You talk funny. You talk with an accent. All kinds of ridicule. And, yeah, my teeth may be yellow, but I'll tell you this. They're my original. 62 years old, and I still got all my teeth. Yeah, my hair, look. With Claro, it'll keep its color. Okay, now, to get serious, though. I've been through a lot in my life. Who would vote for me? Well, it depends. What do you want for a president? What do you want for a president? That's the bottom line. I keep telling you we need to join together. Look what's happening in California in one of the city or something. They saying Tea Party people can't carry signs no more. They're too aggressive, too something. Well, as a constitutionalist, they better not say that to us. We're registered with the Federal Election Commission, and we will carry signs. It's our constitutionalist right. Don't you dare even try to tell us we can't. As long as our signs do not point to an individual and is not meant to belittle anybody, we will carry signs. A lot of signs saying a lot of things. But the truth of the matter is, look at how they're trying to take away the people's liberty, to protect it for the special interest groups. Bet you if it was California and I was part of the teachers union, they would let me carry any sign I want. Even though I may be a Tea Party, but because I'm there for the teachers union, I could carry a sign, even though we are trying to support a criminal, and we're using the money that the people paid into the union, that's their retirement, for political means and political gains. No. Let's look at the truth. You people in unions are paying money and they're spending it. Does that sound familiar? Let's see. The United States government, people paid money to Social Security. The government spent it. Now the United States government is saying, whoa, we don't have the money to pay the unions. I mean, the retirements for Social Security. We don't have the money for the retirements no more. Social Security is because we spent the money. Whoa. Sounds familiar, union people? That's what's going to happen down the road. They're going to say, whoa, we can't afford to pay these retirements. Well, let's see, where did that happen? I think General Motors had that happen to them, didn't it? I think Chrysler had that happen, didn't they? They spent the money that was supposed to be for retirements. Ask some of those people who lost their retirements that they had from GM and Chrysler. Ask them. That's what's happening. When you become ready for retiring as a teacher, and they say, well, you know that retirement agreement we got, well, we don't have the money. Too bad, tough luck. We spent it on political reasons. That had nothing to do with teachers, had nothing to do with education, had nothing to do with the children. But we did spend it. So you think about that, people out there who's paying this money in for your retirements to these unions, and your unions are doing everything but what they should be doing. And that's one reason why the problems we're having today are there. They're not protecting the individual employer. They're only protecting the union. You don't matter at all. Now what about other people out there? There's a lot of things I've been through in life. You want a president who's going to jump up and say, oh, we got things like nuclear energy, we got wind tunnels, we got this, we have wind farms, we have greenhouses with photoelectric cells, we have electric cars. We got all kinds of things to get away from fossil fuel. None of them can handle what fossil fuel does, but we do, and we'll keep fumbling around till we find the right thing. I mean, let's take one of their great things, the electric car. Anyone who's want to do any real research on an electric car, after 5-6 years, what's it going to cost to replace that battery? Well, with all the research I'm finding, the best they hope is for $350 per kilowatt hour. That's not battery, per kilowatt hour. Most batteries are 35 or more kilowatt hours. So you multiply 35 by 350, you get like $12,000. And that's not including the upgrade that you're going to have to put into the electrical system and the installation. So what do you got now? Well, it's just like computers. What happens with computers when they get about 4 years old? You throw them away because you can't put any upgrades in it. You can't put any equipment in it. You can't put anything on the shelves in stores anymore into a 4-year-old computer because it doesn't accept it. It doesn't have the systems. It doesn't have the plug. It doesn't have nothing. So now we have a larger electronic piece of throwaway. Where does computers end up? Old computers. They end up all around the world, thrown in fields that the rain washes through, the pollutants into the ground. Children go through, tear apart the wiring and stuff, and collect things they need to sell. And that's where your electric cars are going to end up. Really? Think about it. Is there an answer? Yes, there's an answer, but you see the answer is too easy, really. We have an economy that's based on basically electronics that's produced from combustion. Some form of combustion. Some form of heat generating or power. Mostly heat generating. We have coal turbines, burning turbines. We got oil burning turbines. We got gas burning turbines. But they all can be replaced by one type of fuel that doesn't pollute the air at all. Hydrogen. Now you say, well, is hydrogen really that? Well, look at what it did to those Japanese nuclear reactors. Rods got so hot that when went to pour the water in, it forced the water molecules to separate the hydrogen and oxygen, and with a little spark, boom, it just blew them apart. That's how that happened. Now, we got a problem also when we start using hydrogen. It comes from water, right? Oh, gosh. The world's covered with 75% water. That means no more drilling. No more putting in a hose in the ground. It's going to give this sludge that comes up that can kill all kinds of forms of life. You mean we're just going to be taking water, changing it to oxygen and hydrogen, and then once it burns, goes back to water? Oh, well, I don't know if we can handle such a type of society. You know? Because look at what we did to get rid of carbon monoxide. It's got to follow the same plan. It's got to make things worse, not better. I mean, we take the catalytic converter, we put it on a car, it takes carbon monoxide, produces sulfur dioxide. Sulfur dioxide, when just mixed with water, produces sulfuric acid. Now you got acid rain to deal with. That kills everything. See? Our steady progression of pollution. Hydrogen won't do that. I mean, look at nuclear. Look at the problem they're having. That's a progression of pollution. When it's no longer usable, you have a polluted product you can't do nothing with. Look at the electric car. When it's no longer useful, where are they going to put it? What are they going to do with it? They don't know. It's just going to be all over the place. The most expensive electronic piece of throwaway we have. Another major pollution problem. But with water, you take hydrogen, you burn it, it gives water, natural water. That doesn't follow the problem. That doesn't work right. We got to create a bigger polluted problem by changing. See? And it's all combustible. Hydrogen and oxygen aids in combustion. Hydrogen burns, producing combustion. Combustion produces heat. Heat produces everything we need to run almost everything. Automobile engines can be converted to hydrogen very easily. Diesel, turbine engines, well, diesel may not as easily. Turbines, jet turbines, boilers, you name it that burns, any form of fossil fuel can be converted to hydrogen. As long as there's fuel injected on a car. And the pollutant it's going to give you is H2O, or water. My gosh. Now, is that the kind of president you want? One that's going to say, we want a solution to the problem, not a temporary fix? If you can't give us a solution, if we can't work for a solution, forget it. Because we don't need to create further problems down the road. Now, what about everything else? What about our liberties? What about, look, what's been happening. People are actually taking away your liberties. Let's talk about these guys running around with cap guns. Yeah, I call them cap guns. A couple machine guns, maybe a bazooka or two, things like that. Oh yeah, these local militia groups with these cap guns. All I do is say, remember Waco, check out Waco, see what happened there. These are some people who are really doing nothing but living their own lifestyle that they wished, alone from everybody else. And they had their cap guns. They had all their cap guns. And you state militia groups with your cap guns, individual groups, say, well, this is. How well will it stand up against an Apache helicopter? Just one. Or how about a 2,000-pound bomb dropped on you? Look at Libya. If it wasn't for the United States Air Force, the United States Air Power, those people with their cap guns wouldn't stand a chance. Plain and simple. Gaddafi would have ran all over them and killed them all. Now I ask you, with your cap guns here in the United States, who's going to come to your aid? The FBI? I seem to remember them at Waco. I believe the FBI will come up there to take your cap guns away. You have a right to own those cap guns, and I will defend that right. But understand, people, all of you, that is not the answer of where our strength is. We have a tool that is far superior than any military weapon that the federal government can throw to you. We have a tool more powerful than any bomb our nation has. And it's yours. But you got to understand, it's got to be used. There's a small condition with that tool to use it. It takes all of us together to use that tool. Not this little group, not that little group, not this group. Not these people who say, I don't vote because of this. Not this group that says, I got my machine gun. Not this group that says, I want this. No, us together as one with this tool will bring Congress to its knees, will cause the federal government to beg for forgiveness. What is that tool I'm talking about? It's called the Constitution of the United States of America. The most powerful document ever written in the whole wide world. Even to this day, there's nothing as strong as that. Because what does it do? It gives the people the power to control the government. But only when the people are together. You got to realize this out there. All these little groups. You guys running with your cap guns in the woods. You guys running with your flags over here. You guys running with this and that and your special. Got to realize we have to get together. We, as Constitutionists, defending the Constitution and defending each and every one of us together. Yes, I say I'm running for president, but I'm not running for president for me, because everything I have, I could live forever at the state I am right now with no problem. Believe me, I can. I am running for you, us, the country, this nation. Believe me, we can do it, but only together, each and every one of you. I want you all, the day I get sworn in as president, to march from the White House to Congress with me. All of you. Carry your guns, carry your banners, carry your beliefs. I don't care if you are this way or that way. I don't care what your beliefs are. But we, as a people, will be one. And me, as a president, will be bringing your voice to Washington and you. And that I'm dead serious about. And you can ask anybody. When I'm serious about something, that's exactly what I'm going to do. You have a nice day. If you want your government back, if you want our nation to listen to you, if you want your vote to count, then you better start seriously thinking about the third party, the Constitutionalist Party, and seriously thinking, if I want it, I got to take it. Because believe me, the federal government's not going to give it. Thank you. This is JD.